January 24th. What? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Guys, it's the end of January. Like, this has been the fastest month ever, but it is the end of January, which means we have to do my February reset and get ready for February. What? Already? Like, that's crazy. Like, I cannot believe it is already January, end of January. Like, that is absolutely insane. So today I'm going to be tidying up my room, doing my budget, setting my goals, reviewing my January goals, seeing how I did, running to the bookshop to get my books for next month, and just everything I need to do to get ready for the month of February. We're going to start with cleaning my room. It got a little messy this week. It's okay. I'm still kind of mad at myself about it, but I don't want to do any goal setting or budgeting until I have a nice clean room. So we are going to get started by cleaning my room. Let's get to it. Let's talk about the fact that most of me cleaning my room was me fighting with my cat to put my sheets back on my bed. It's fine. So we are actually going to get started with the reset part of the video, like, you know, the budgeting, the goal setting, and all that jazz. Hydrate, don't hydrate. So I have two different ways that I like organize my life. I use a paper planner for like all content, all like appointments and all that. So that's like this planner for like goals, budgeting, like appointments that aren't just content. I have my iPad and my Google Calendar and all that. So like I have like appointments and stuff, and then I also use my Google Calendar, so I put everything in two different places just because I'm paranoid and I will forget things. So we are going to start by going through my January goals, because the thing is, I will not say my goals when I'm doing the resets. I will say my goals for the month prior rather than saying my goals for the new month, just because I don't want to, it's kind of a superstition thing, if I put the goals out into the world before I've already completed them, I will not complete them. So we're gonna go through my goals. I use GoodNotes for all my goal setting and budgeting. Okay. So I break up my goals into 3 different categories. It is personal, financial, and social media goals. And I like to do 3 goals per month for those goals. So my personal goal, the first one was work out 2 times a week. I unfortunately did not do that because the first week of January I was sick. But the rest of the weeks that I was not sick, I did complete it. So I'm gonna say partially, because under every other circumstances I would have completed the goal. I just was sick for the first week of January, which was not fun. Read 2 books. I did do that. We're gonna have a section of this video where I go over what I read this month. I am currently on my 3rd book of the month, and I might actually finish it before the end of the month. I am filming this about a week early just due to my schedule, so I could potentially finish 3 books this month. Who knows? Go to the beach once. I did not. The weather in Florida did not cooperate with going to the beach in January, so did not go to the beach. That's okay. Financial goals. Figure out a cash envelope system. I did do that. When we go into budgeting, I'll talk more about it. I do cash for my weekly spending, and then all of my savings and regular expenses are put aside in my bank. So I did figure out my cash envelope. Figure out my cash envelope system. Save to buy July plane tickets. I did. I got a lot of OT this month, and it was great. So I did buy my July plane tickets for the cruise that I'm going on in July. I'm very, very excited for that. Put money into sinking funds. I did do that. So that actually feels really good. I completed all my financial goals, and that doesn't normally happen for me. So that was really exciting. Okay. Start my YouTube channel. I did that. Post 3 times a week on Instagram. I did not do that because, again, I was sick the first week of January. But again, for all the other weeks of January when I was not sick, I was posting 3 times a week on Instagram. So I'm gonna put I partially completed that one, and then post 3 times a week on TikTok. I did not. I posted twice a week on TikTok after I wasn't sick. I'm gonna try to do better in February. I was trying to balance YouTube and then picking up my Instagram again and all that. I'm trying a lot of things at once. So I started very, very small with the short form goals, and the big goal was to start a YouTube channel. So that was that. We are gonna go through and write our February goals. Like I said, I will not share these with us, with you guys until my March reset, but we're gonna write my February goals, and then we are going to start with the budget for the month. All right, so all my goals are set for February. So now what I'm gonna do is I like to do a monthly journal where I like to reflect on the month that just happened and what my thought process was, and then I'll read that aloud. It's not like that personal. And then I will write what I want to experience in the next month. So I didn't do that in December just because I wasn't home for the end of the month and it just didn't happen. So I don't have a what I want for January like journal prompt. So we're gonna reflect on January. We're gonna write that down, and then I'm gonna write what I want to get out of February, and then I'm gonna leave it. And then when I do my March reset, I'm gonna read what I wanted out of February and then see how much that actually like became a thing. Okay, so I finished my little January reflection and I'm gonna read it to you guys. So January was a month of discipline and growth. For about 80% of the month, I stuck to my budget to a T, which I was really, really excited about. There was only one week that I struggled, and that was the Adventure Week. Adventure Week was a little more expensive than I thought it was going to be, which means I will have to budget more for my future Adventure Weeks. But that was just a learning curve for me, and was nothing that I had to beat myself up over, unlike in prior months and years where I would have beat myself up for it. I did have a win even with the minor setback with the budgeting, and that was prior years and months I would have completely lost my budget. I would have completely threw it out of the door and just said, I messed up one day, and just throw it out the door. It's my flight response. My flight response. That's just what it is. I mess up and I fly and I run away. However, this month I gave myself a free day. I said, okay, you messed up. You can have this day because you messed up. But tomorrow you are back on your budget. You are back to sticking to what you know and what you did and what you planned. You messed up. That's okay. Give yourself this free day and then get back on it tomorrow. And I was actually able to do that, which was amazing. That felt so good. That, like, literally that was big growth that I saw in the first month of 2024. I also stood up for myself more and grew as a leader in my role in my professional job. So that is where I am at for January. I am very happy with the way that January was, how it happened, even though I was sick the first week of January. So now we are going to do my content planning for February. Now, the way I do content planning is I am not the type of person to plan out every single little like reel, Instagram post, TikTok video that I make. I will write, I'm posting a TikTok video on this day, because it allows for myself to have more creative freedom with it. The ones I do plan out are my YouTube videos. So because my YouTube videos normally revolve around an activity that I'm doing that week. Because I only do one YouTube video a week, it's easy for me to just be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at my calendar. So I'm looking at my calendar right now because I was trying to figure out when I'm posting the reset video for next month, which is when I have to film it. It's right. I have to post my reset video for March the week after the Run Disney races, which means I have to film my reset video on the 21st of February, which is fine, but that is the day before my Run Disney races, like the Expo, the 5K, the 10K, and the half marathon. Why did I not highlight the half marathon? Hello? It's fine. It's fine. It's just that it's going to be a very, very busy week. I have to reset on top of that. All right, let's do this. So we're gonna film reset. So I am very, very type A. Literally everything is color coded. Like I said, I like to give myself creative freedom because I think in the past when I've tried to do the social media, I have been like, this is the video I'm posting that day, yada, yada, yada. When there's stuff that happens in the Disney community like that. So when I'm saying that, like when I'm planning content, it's I'm posting an Instagram post or a reel this day. And I give myself the option. Do I want to post a reel or do I want to post a post? Some days it's easier for me to post a post or a carousel because it's less energy, and that's just what my body needs that day. TikTok video. Posting a TikTok video. Don't know what it is? I'll figure it out when it gets closer. But everything is here so I know what days I'm posting and all that. And also like what days are what days. I forgot to put new moon and full moon on here because I changed my sheets on the new moon and on the full moon. So the full moon is technically tomorrow, which is why I feel okay with like goal setting and stuff, because you're really not supposed to goal set on a full moon because it's about releasing and not bringing in. But so yeah, I'm gonna add the new moon and the full moon, and then we're gonna get started with the budgeting portion. All right, so like I said, I do my budgeting on my iPad. The way I do it, that was the goals finder. the way I do it is I will budget for the entire month on a little sheet that says monthly budget. So that's literally all my expenses, and then I can see how much I have left over after that, so then I could put it into like savings and my sinking funds and all that, just to make sure that I have the money there. Then I will go week by week and do a planned budget. So if I only make this amount of money that week, this is what I have to do to pay all my expenses, put everything in my sinking funds and all that, just the bare minimum. Normally I do make more than what I am actually budgeting for, which gives me my adventure day money and all like my little like spending money and all that. But I won't do that until I get my pay stub, which I get my pay stub about 3 days before my actual paycheck, so I can budget it day, like week of too. So I will do my monthly budget, my planned budget, and then my actual budget, it happens the week that I'm getting the paycheck. It helps me kind of, so like I can kind of like understand where my money is going like before the month starts, because I get paid weekly. So like it can change week to week to week and all that. And then when I eventually do make more, when I do make more money than what I'm actually budgeting for, it's a nice little thing, because then I'm like, okay, I have more money to play around with. I have more money that can go into savings and all that. And yeah. So we are going to get started with the budget. And then after the budget, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe make food. I'm hungry. So February is already a 5-week month, a 5 paycheck month. So I already have a little bit more money to play around with, which always makes me excited. So we're going to write monthly budget. And then I always go back to my January budget just to make sure that I had actually written down all of like the expenses that I have, because sometimes like subscription services come up that I forget about, and I'm like, wait, I still have to put aside money for this subscription service and whatnot. So monthly budget is gonna be about this much of income for the month of February. And let me go back to January, make sure I have everything. I did remember that one. Okay, that's good. I don't have to. Last month I was saving for my passport, so I'm gonna have even more money to like play around with this month, and I completely forgot about that. So, yay! So now I'm going to do my weekly budgets, and then I'll come back and I'll do my reset for my cash envelopes, and then go over a little bit about how I do that. It's mostly just anything that I'm spending for the week, I pay in cash. And then like my rent and all my like streaming services and all my savings are just in my bank, and I don't touch it. I just use my cash that I have for the week. So we're going to do the weekly budgets for the month of February, and then we'll go through the cash envelope stuff. All right, so I finished my budget. It took about 30 minutes to do the entire budget. That's about right. Now I'm gonna go through my cash envelope binder. So the way I'm trying to do it, this is the first month that I've actually been using cash envelopes, and I've been sticking with it, and I'm actually really proud of myself. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go through every single envelope, pull out any cash that I have left over, except for one, because there's one that I still have to make a purchase with, like today. I'm gonna be going and making a purchase with it today. So I'm like, I know I can leave that money in it, and that's my cat food. I have to buy my cat food today. But I had already budgeted for that earlier in the month. So I'm gonna take out any of the cash, any of the coins. I'm gonna put all the coins in this jar. Once this jar gets filled up, I am going to deposit the coin money, the jar coin money. But any of the excess money I'm gonna deposit when I go to the bank today, so I have that money in my account. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know what I'm doing with the receipts yet. I don't have a receipt holder. It's okay. I'm probably gonna get something today when I go to the bookstore, or run to Dollar Tree and just pick like a random like little thing for my receipts. But yeah, no, just went through, emptied out my cash envelope container, so it's ready to go for next month. I'm gonna do it again next week just because I am doing the resets so early, just so I can start February with a clean envelope. But yeah, so budgeting monthly stuff is all done. So all of like money, finances is done and ready for February. I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna reach my goals, like financial goals already, just by the way I was budgeting. As long as I stick to it, like I think I'm gonna reach my financial goals for February already, which is amazing and makes me so excited. Now that I no longer need my desk, we get the good lighting back again. The reason lighting's so wonky when I'm at my desk is because the window's like right here and then my desk is like directly behind me. So like I get the backlit rather than the side front lit. We are gonna go over all of my January reads for the month. So the 2 books that I finished and the 1 book that I will probably finish by the end of next week. So the first book that I read in January was Lightlark by Alex Aster. I liked this book. Is it an amazing book? No, it's not an amazing book, but it was a good book to help me get back into fantasy because I really wanted to get back into reading fantasy. I loved reading fantasy as a kid. I fell out of it. I really wanted to get back into reading it. This book is the second in the series. It is the second of the Lightlark series. I read Lightlark in probably about a week before Christmas, so that was really good. I honestly preferred Lightlark over Nightbane. Just my opinion. Lightlark was easier for me to get through. Nightbane was not easy whatsoever. Nightbane follows Isla after the events of Lightlark, where they're on the verge of war, and she has all these memories like locked in her head, and she has to remember them. I feel like the plot wasn't always cohesive throughout this book, so that's why it took a little bit longer for me to get through. But I did enjoy the characters and I did enjoy the writing style of this book. So I give this book a 3 out of 5. The next book I read was a contemporary romance fairy tale retelling. It was called The Fairy Tale Life of Dorothy Gale. It is a Wizard of Oz retelling in the contemporary world. It takes place in Ireland. I got really excited about that. I read this book in a week. I'm not even gonna lie. I loved this book. I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I could not put this book down. I liked it. She was very much finding herself, very much about, that's like my mindset of the year, is discovering myself, finding what I want with my life. I was very excited about this book. Very excited about this book. I will be honest, it was an easy read, so it was written like an easy read. You could tell which characters were supposed to be what like character from the Wizard of Oz, which I really liked. I was able to figure that out very quickly, which always makes me happy in any kind of retelling. But yeah, I gave this book about 4 out of 5 stars. It is not spicy. Like on the spice scale, it's like a 1. So if you're looking for a spicy book, this is not spicy. If you're looking for like fluffy, angsty, hurt comfort, romancy, there is the professor-student trope in it, which I wasn't aware of at the beginning, but it's not like the focus of the book. It is just a background, backstory, if you will. But if you are interested, I would definitely recommend this book. It is by Virginia Cantrop. And now the book I am about halfway done with. Yeah, I'm on like page 200. Yeah, 250 right now. Has been a book that I've been trying to read for months now, and I couldn't get into it because I was struggling with getting back into fantasy. I think the Lightlark series helped. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm enjoying this book now. I did not enjoy this book the first 3 times I tried to read it. I am having trouble putting this book down. So I understand the hype now. For a while I was like, I do not understand the hype. I don't know what people are talking about. I don't like this book. I understand the hype now. Right now I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 just because I haven't finished it, and I did have so much trouble starting this book and getting through this book, but I genuinely, I think I will finish this book by the end of the week. So I am excited about that. I'm excited to actually finally get on the hype train for this book, because y'all, I could not, for the longest time, I could not with this book, but now I can, and that's good. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna eat lunch. I'm starving. I'm gonna do some more little things off camera for a little bit while lunch is being made, and so my phone can charge, because my phone is like dying right now. And then after I eat lunch, I am going to go to the bank and go to the bookstore, which is also part of the reset. So I'm super duper excited about that. And yeah. All right, y'all. So it's like 2:30 now. I ate lunch. I put on another load of laundry, and I watched the New Heights podcast. Just, you know, taking a little bit of time to just relax and chill. Now I'm gonna go order some coffee, and then we're gonna go to the bank and go to the bookstore because I have to pick out my books for next month. And yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. I still have some stuff that I have to get done at home today too, but I wanna get to the bank before it closes, and the bookstore is right next to the bank, so everything it works out. So let's go get our coffee. All right, y'all, I got my coffee, and we are ready to go run the errands. It's about a 20-minute drive to the bank / bookstore. So I'll probably get there around like 3 o'clock, as long as the traffic isn't trafficking. So let's hope Florida is nice to us for once in our lives. I'm gonna be honest with you, I had every intention of recording more in Barnes & Noble, but I literally found the books that I wanted like within less than 5 minutes. So it's fine. When I get back home, I'll do a little book haul for y'all. I'm really excited. I have to go and get my cat food, and then possibly see if I can find a little solution for my receipt issue. But yeah, let's go do that. Barnes & Noble took literally 5 minutes because I literally found the books that I was looking for within like 3 seconds flat. So I'm gonna do a little book haul, and then I'm probably going to end the video after the book haul. I do still have some other things that I need to get done today, but I think I'm just going to do it off camera. It's just tidying up like my bathroom, the kitchen a little bit, and all that. Like nothing that I want to put on camera. So we're not going to put it on camera. We'll end after the book haul. So the first book that I got, here's the thing. I binged watched the TV show of this book in 3 days. Pretty much. And I wanted to read the book, and then it just got confirmed for a 3rd season, so I felt the need that I had to get the book, and it was also in the buy one get one 50% off section, so like it's a good deal. And it is Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, Good Omens, The Nice and Accurate Prophecies of Agnes Nutter Witch. I'm excited to read this one. I'm excited to read this book. I've wanted to read this book for a while now, and it was right there. It was right there. It's short. It's only like 380 pages. So like nice little short book. I like the way it feels. It feels sturdy. I'm excited for this one. So the synopsis is: the world will end on Saturday, next Saturday, just before dinner, according to the nice and accurate prophecies of Agnes Nutter Witch, the world's only completely accurate book of prophecies written in 1655. The armies of good and evil are amassing, and everything appears to be going according to divine plan, except that a somewhat fussy angel and fast-living demon are not actually looking forward to the coming rapture, and someone seems to have misplaced the Antichrist. So I'm excited. I've already seen the show. I know how it ends, but I've heard that the book is so good, so I'm excited to read it. The next book that I got is a Hades and Persephone retelling. It is A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I've heard mixed things about this book. I've heard you either really, really love it or you hate it. So I love a good Hades and Persephone retelling. That is my favorite mythology story in the world. Will always love a Hades and Persephone retelling, so I'm excited to read it. So the synopsis is Persephone is the goddess of spring in title only. Since she was a little girl, flowers have only shriveled at her touch. After moving to New Athens, she hoped to lead an unassuming life, disguised as a mortal journalist. All of that changes when she sits down in a forbidden nightclub to play a hand of cards with a hypnotic and mysterious stranger. Hades, god of the dead, has built a gambling empire in the mortal world, and his favorite bets are rumored to be impossible. But nothing has ever intrigued him as much as the goddess offering him a bargain he can't resist. After her encounter with Hades, Persephone finds herself in a contract with the god of the dead, and his terms are impossible. Persephone must create life in the underworld or lose her freedom forever. The bet does more than expose Persephone's failure as a goddess, however. As she struggles to sow the seeds of her freedom, love for the god of the dead grows, a love that is both captivating and forbidden. So, I'm excited for this one. And then, of course, and finally, I got the second book in the ACOTAR series. I got A Court of Mist and Fury, because I actually think I'm going to read this series. I think I'm only going to do one book a month. Like, from going from like 400 pages that is like ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury is over 600 pages. It is 624 before the acknowledgements. So I'm excited for this one. I'm not going to read the synopsis for this one because I haven't finished reading ACOTAR yet and I don't know what's on the back, but Court of Mist and Fury is the second book in the ACOTAR series. It's a chunky book, guys. It's a chunky book, but I'm excited. I love that I'm getting this excited about reading again. Like, that is something that I have struggled with for so long, and now I'm genuinely getting excited to pick out books and read books and like go to the bookstore and pick them out and like spend my money on like books. Like, I think the big thing was I hated like, the Kindle's convenient. I don't like physically swiping. I like holding a book in my hand, but books are expensive. So like, but I like having my copies of the books that like I read. So it's just a whole struggle. But I hope you enjoyed my reset video for February of 2024. It was probably all over the place. It was the first time I was doing a reset video and like actually putting all the little things I do to reset in like one clump together. Normally I do it over like the span of a couple days. I'm trying to do it all at once now just because it makes me feel better. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these kind of videos and more of my adventures in Central Florida, make sure you hit subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!